a Super Bowl halftime show, a mission to Mars, and the frantic race for AI. Okay, so on the surface, those three things seem like they're from completely different planets, right? Well, stick with me because we're going to unpack them and show you the one powerful idea that ties them all together. Let's dive in.
So here's the plan. We're going to start with that halftime performance that basically split the country in two. Then we'll jump over to Elon Musk's shocking new plan for space. And finally, we'll dig into the very real, very human price of the AI revolution. First up, let's talk football. All right, so you've got the biggest game in American sports. But it wasn't the plays on the field or the final score that had everyone fired up the next day. Nope. It was the 13-minute concert that happened right in the middle of it all. And the scale here is it's absolutely massive. We're talking about more than 135 million people watching. That could actually make it the most watched halftime show in history. So what did all those people see that got them so worked up? Well, for starters, they saw a little bit of history. Bad Bunny became the first artist ever to perform a halftime show entirely in Spanish. I mean, this is the most streamed artist of the year, mind you. And the show itself was packed with these huge symbolic moments. There was a live wedding, a banner saying the only thing more powerful than hate is love, even a football with the words, "Together we are America." This was not a subtle performance. And this is really where that massive divide just snaps into focus. For a huge part of the audience, the show is this beautiful, vibrant celebration of what America is today. A country where more than 50 million people speak Spanish. But for a whole other group, it felt like a betrayal. They saw it as an attack on what they believe is true American culture, arguing that the show should have been in English, period. And the praise came in hot. You had prominent figures like California's Governor Gavin Newsom and actor Adam Sandler just raving about the energy and its unifying message. For them, it was a perfect snapshot of America's diversity. But wow, the backlash was just as immediate and just as intense. Donald Trump called it one of the worst ever, even a slap in the face to our country. Influencer Jake Paul was calling for a boycott, saying the whole thing was un-American. The battle lines were drawn in minutes. And that's really the key here. This stopped being about a pop concert almost instantly. That halftime stage, for those 13 minutes, became a full-blown proxy war for a much bigger, much deeper fight over American identity, immigration, and what it even means to be an American in this day and age. So while that argument is raging here on Earth, let's look up, way up, because there's another massive change in direction happening. Elon Musk, the guy whose name is basically synonymous with going to Mars, just dropped an announcement that has totally rocked the space community. For years, I mean literally years, the whole point of SpaceX felt like it was about getting humans to Mars. It was Musk's ultimate dream. But now, it seems like that entire vision is being put on ice. So the big question is the Mars colony, the dream, actually being abandoned? The change in strategy is, well, it's a total reversal. The original plan was simple, incredibly ambitious, but simple. Go straight to Mars. The new plan? Slam the brakes on the Mars mission and instead focus on building a self-growing city on the moon first. A base that could actually sustain and expand itself right next door. And you know what makes this so jarring? It's that just a year ago, Musk himself said very publicly, the moon is a distraction. A distraction. So to go from that to making it the #1 priority has everyone just scratching their heads and asking, what on earth changed? Well, Musk's new reasoning really boils down to two things, speed and security. He's now saying a Mars colony is probably still 20+ years away, but a city on the moon? That could be up and running in less than 10. His new priority, he says, is to secure the future of civilization as fast as humanly possible. And right now, the moon is just the faster, safer bet. Okay, so from the race to the moon, we're coming back down to Earth for another high-stakes race that's unfolding as we speak. The race to dominate artificial intelligence. And this competition is forging a work culture that is so intense, some are calling it downright dangerous. It's known as the 996 culture, and the idea is as simple as it is brutal. You work from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. 6 days a week. It is a relentless, punishing schedule, and it's quickly becoming the norm in the world of AI development. I mean, to give you an idea, there's one AI startup in New York that openly advertises 70-hour work weeks. But here's the really wild part. They don't see that as a bad thing. They actually frame it as a badge of ambition, a requirement for what they call their Olympian-style employees. And that really gets to the core of this whole dilemma. On one hand, you have people arguing that in the AI race, this kind of hustle culture is the only way to win, survival of the fastest. But on the other hand, you've got critics, including some very seasoned investors, who are waving a giant red flag. They're saying this just leads to burnout, to costly mistakes, and that in the world of AI, speed kills. And the human cost here isn't just a theory, it's real. Beyond the obvious burnout, and excluding anyone who can't or won't keep that pace, major global studies have linked working more than 55 hours a week to some truly terrifying health problems. We're talking higher rates of stroke, increased risk of heart disease, and yes, even higher mortality rates.
So there you have it, a cultural debate that got accelerated into a national flashpoint. A decades-long mission to space rerouted for a faster, closer target. And a technological revolution that demands a punishing, almost inhuman pace. The thread connecting them all is acceleration. This relentless global push for more, faster, now. And it leaves all of us with a really important question to think about. In this mad dash for the future, what and who are we leaving behind in the dust?